How's it going, everybody? It's Eli here from TreeFall Studios. Today we're going to be taking a little bit of a shift from talking about the Perplexing Orb 2, and I'm going to just have a really short video today talking about a couple of the things that I've done for Maze on the PC. And Maze is coming soon to Steam, if you haven't seen on our social media pages. And I'm going to be talking about a couple of the changes that I made for this version of the game for it to be playable. So as you can see, what I've tried to do, this took a little bit of time, but I've been trying to make it so that the game itself is playable with mouse and keyboard controls and also the controller, the Xbox controller. And this is so anyone can play on Steam. Those are the two most used controller options. And as you can see, I'm going to walk up to a maze here. The number one thing that I did was I was able to get it to have double icons and be playable at any moment. So if you switch controllers in the middle of your gameplay, the icons will also switch. So you'll know, I need to left click to get into this level. If you're using the controller, you need to use the Y button to get into this level. And you can switch at any time. You don't actually have to go to a menu and change your controls. Everything is automatically accessible right away with a click or a keyboard press. So most of all the controls have been changed to fit this bill. The only thing that I'm having trouble figuring out how to do correctly is the local multiplayer. To be honest, no one really plays that for this game anyways, and I'm not 100% positive if I can leave it with only playable by controllers, because there's just no way to get the controls to work correctly with mouse and keyboard for two players. You need controllers in order to play local multiplayer. So that's one of the last things that I have to figure out before launching the game. Also, I'm playing this in the test build right now, like in the actual engine doing this recording. So I didn't play all the levels correctly in a row. So as you can see on the recording, you can see the cursor like as I'm moving the mouse to look around. This is kind of how the camera controls look as you're moving the mouse around, and then this is how it looks if you switch back to the controller. But that should not be a problem. I have some code in there, like when the game starts, it's going to hide the cursor. So you won't really see it all over your game screen like this as you're trying to play in the actual Steam build itself. So basically the only thing I've got left is trying to figure out how to run the multiplayer, and also a couple things to check with Steam achievements. There's a few of them that I've already coded in, but I have to finish the rest of those. But after that, the build should be completely playable on the computer, ready to go for Steam, playable with controller and playable with the mouse and keyboard. So one other thing that I'm doing with the Steam release is basically just testing out the waters to see how the PC releases work. I've been doing a lot of testing on this, trying to make it as efficient as possible for PC players, and we're just trying to diversify our income streams. I cannot rely solely on releasing games on the PlayStation, so hopefully this will be a step in the right direction. And this is basically just a test run to see how it goes. If this game does well on Steam, or not even well, if it just performs at a decent level, to make it worth the effort to make the other ports, I will release other games on Steam as well, because it costs money to release on Steam. It costs $100 per game. It also takes a lot of time to get this working. On a console you can just program straight for the controller, but on the computer release you have to program for multiple types of controls, multiple types of inputs for the images showing you what to press. So it does take a little bit of time, and I'll keep you guys updated after this video drops when the game releases, how the sales are doing, how the overall Steam experience went, what people are thinking about the game on Steam and all of that. But so far it's working pretty good, and it should be ready for you really soon. The release date is planned in I think 11 days. So hopefully I can finish these last few things and get it submitted without an issue. But thanks for watching this video. I know it's a little bit of a break from what we've been normally posting videos about. I have another Orb 2 devlog coming soon to show off the new world. And before we go, I got to give a big shout out to all of the people who support us on Patreon, and I need to give a personal shout out to Carmen Red, LV, Overhyped Gamer, PLP, and Zach Ware. Thank you for everything you do for TreeFall Studios on Patreon.com. If you're interested in checking out our Patreon page, you can check out the links in the description below. Without further ado, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next video.